Hello, third time's a charm. Can you hear me now, guys? I'm so sorry. I see that two of you here. Maybe that's Carla and Taryn. Please tell me you can hear me. Woohoo! Well, how bizarre. I am so sorry. I have definitely been playing around with my settings today, but it was all about the camera and the links to the various platforms. So I don't know how or why my mic was affected. So my sincerest apologies. And from the top, hello and welcome to Diamond Painting with Cindy. How crazy. I can't even fathom that. And what I was trying to say when you could not hear me was, I am so thankful that 7 years has now ended and I'm about to go on 2 weeks leave because clearly I need it. Oh dear. Technical glitches, that's all we want to deal with today. Well, thank you for coming back on, Taryn. Thanks, Faith. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully Carla will jump back on too. I'm sure she will. I have no idea why I had those glitches, but the wonderful reboot seems to have worked wonders. So let's move forward. Tell me about your week. What has been going on? Let's have a chat about them. Your whips, if you want to load those, don't forget to check out today's link in the Diamond Painting with Cindy Facebook page, and you can load your whip pictures there and we'll have a look at those throughout the stream. So I'm going to try something new today, which is sending the link through the chat. So let's see if I can do this where it successfully works as I want it to. Let me just have a quick squiz here. All right, so I'm going to post this link. If you want to have a look in here, I do a post every stream day so we can keep all of the whip images together so it's easy for me to find. So let's have a go. Hopefully this will work. Yes, thanks for letting Faith know that I was going to come on. Faith, you missed out on my interesting dilemma to start off with when my mic didn't work. So you missed out on that craziness, I think. So I don't know why Twitch doesn't notify you. It should. I know when I go live, it bings on my watch and my phone to say I'm live. And I know when Chris and Mel go live, the same sort of thing comes up to sort of notify me. So I don't know if that's due to being a subscriber or just as a follower. Certainly try the follower part. If you can follow on Twitch, then that would be great. Yeah, I don't know what else to recommend otherwise, because I'm not that savvy on it, I'm afraid. But I believe that you can find my page in Twitch and follow, and then you just get notified when I go online. But I won't be around for the next 2 weeks. I am on leave, but I try to do this time for me every Saturday, so for you every Friday evening. I thought you had followed me too, so I don't know why you don't get notified. That's a little bit bizarre. Tells you when. Do you subscribe to Chris and Mel but don't subscribe to me, or do you just follow to both? I don't know. Just trying to troubleshoot with you, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm sure Twitch doesn't hate you. I think Twitch hates me, which is why I use Twitch Studio to stream And I think Twitch hates me, which is why it didn't want to let my microphone work. Anyway, I'll yeah, I don't know what else to try, but yeah, right. So you subscribe. Maybe you get notified on subscriptions, perhaps. I don't know. But maybe try and keep it in your mind that 15 minutes ago, that time every week, with the exception of the next 2 weeks, is when I try to be online. And then you can join us each time I'm around. So, Carla, thanks for jumping back on, and my apologies for the struggles we had earlier. Taryn got notified. I don't know. I'm not technical enough to troubleshoot. I have a hard enough time getting a microphone to work. I love to depend on Taryn too, Faith. So yeah, go ahead, no problems. I'm sure she won't mind. So off to South Pacific Islands. So Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Mystery Island, Lafou is where Bruce and I are off to. Our 16-year-old son is staying home, so he thinks that it's the bee's knees. I think if he did anything more than eat, sleep, and play computer games, I'd be surprised. So I don't need to worry about a stack of teenagers killing my house. And the week after, I'm actually at a conference, even though it's my annual leave. I've rejoined a youth group called the Australian Air League, and I actually joined it when I was 8 with my family and left 15 years ago. And that was to have Luke, and I have kept in touch every year ever since I left, and I've decided that now is the time to return. And when I left, I was running all of the military drill for all of Queensland, and it looks like I might be returning to run all of Queensland, Holgus Bulgus. So let's see how that goes. I have said that I don't have a great deal of time, but I am happy to facilitate many people in many roles, so we'll see. But that's my second week of my annual leave. We'll be attending a conference to get up to speed on all things for the past 15 years, and most importantly what's going on for the upcoming 12 months. So yeah, I will miss the next 2 weeks streaming with you guys, and I will really miss you guys, and I won't have any opportunity to be painting either, so I'm certainly going to be missing that as well. All of that said, that's me out of the way. When I return from the 2 weeks leave, we've got one more week where we'll be at work, but Luke will still be at school and, on school break, and then towards the end of January he will return to school. So it's almost coming to an end and go back to life as we know it normal with school term. All right, let's have a little look-see. Yeah, thanks, Carla. I think it's very awesome. Taryn, don't be funny. We all rely on you so much. I don't know how we would be here half the time without your help. So, yes, you. Faith, hey, Cindy, do you know your last name is the name of the city I live in? Oh, really? That's awesome. So I did know that there was a Whitby town. I thought it was England, but I didn't think you were England. But never been there. It's my married name, but very exciting. What a coincidence, right? And I like to make you blush, Taryn. Yeah, right. So Whitby is also in Canada. Yeah, I did know that. That's what I thought. You know, I'm really sorry. I'm about to change the subject completely. I don't know if you know this about me, and I'm not sure if you'll love me for it or hate me for it, but I am a true crime podcast lover. So, of course, many of the states in America and, of course, many of the areas in Canada come up during the podcast. And, of course, the one that shocks me the most, which is between both of them, was Israel Keys. And every time I hear Canada, all I think about is him, which is really stupid. But Yeah, like I feel like I'm starting to get to know various parts of Canada and the States. Thank you to my crazy true crime obsession. So thought I'd share that with you. Um, you love true crime too? There are just some that I can't not listen to on a weekly basis. So let's take 5 minutes to talk about those because Taryn loves true crime too. So simply just true crime bullshit is one. So that's heavily on the Israel Keys situation and all of the murders that he did. That's actually, I don't like what was happened, but I like the storyteller, Josh. I also do Bob Ruff and Truth and Justice. Jim Clemente with Real Crime Profile, who is a former FBI person and writer producer on CBS's Criminal Minds. He also has a fling off Best Case Worst Case, which talks about his actual cases, and oh man, the list goes on. Case File. I drive an hour and 15 minutes to and from work every day, so true crime is what I listen to while I'm traveling. So I will look up Paul Bernardo and Carla Kamiko. Thanks, Faith. I will check those ones out because I am almost up to date on all of the stories that have all of the podcasters that I listen to due to the Christmas break. So I'm ready to delve into something new. But yeah, someone would think that I'm trying to find out how I can get away with murder with the 17 different podcasters that I listen to. For whatever reason, I find it interesting. I can't say I find it necessarily entertaining because I guess that's what it is, but I don't find killing people entertaining. I just find the storytelling and what goes on in the world just blows my mind that it can be. Some of them are close to us in distance-wise. So there was a case that I listened to that's only 20 minutes away, but it was from 45 years ago. So some of the places that they describe I can visualize because I've driven past it 100 times. But anywho, so there's another little aspect of me. I love true crime. Okay, so their case is messed up. Live near you. Yeah, right. What I find really hard is on some of them, like missing or I don't know. I can't even think of some of the other names. Is they don't even. They're cold cases, right? So these murders happened and they can't even find the killer in some cases. It's like, no, with the DNA and the MVAC testing and everything we can do now, let's open up all those cold cases and put those jerks behind bars, whoever did it. And right, so he lived up near you too. Right. Yeah, amazing how something can happen close by. You listen to audiobooks, Carla. What sort of books do you listen to? Please tell me true crime. I get it. Not everyone's into that. But are they biographies? Are they history? Are they fictional? What are you into, Carla? There, listen to your audiobooks. I'm going to refresh Facebook, see how many people have popped in a little image there. So I only have 2, Taryn and Carla. Do you guys want to, so we've got a number of viewers online that have now gone, I thought I was talking about diamond painting and here I am talking about true crime. Any of the other viewers that are on that aren't talking, you can certainly jump in. You can change the subject, that is no problem. But don't forget, if you want to post your whips into the Facebook chat, we will take a look at everyone's whips as well. Okay, so action, murder, mystery, some true crime. Yeah, right. So we're all peas of the same pod. And Faith, oh right, so she's actually gotten out. Oh, well, that's a shame that she was released if she shouldn't have been. However, we can't be everywhere to be the judge, jury, advocates, or whatever the case may be, to make sure the law is upheld and justice is served. But yeah, that's a shame. All right, I am going to put my head down, do a little bit of painting, seeing as it's going to be a little bit of time without, and then we will jump over to Facebook a little bit later on. The Canadian justice system is awful. Oh, I don't think it's limited to Canada, I'm afraid. I think it's a problem globally. And it's all, the rules are different everywhere, and the penalties are different everywhere, and how the police force can be engaged and what their restrictions are different everywhere. So it's just a shit show across the world. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't think it's limited to just Canada. I know we've got some crazy things. I was listening to a story on The Australian, and you can search it. It's another podcast. It's called Shandy's Story. Was season 1, and season 2 was Shandy's Legacy. And so Shandy's story, young girl murdered on the way home from work. Long story short, it's an unsolved crime. Many people were investigated and no one was arrested for it. And through the podcast sharing the story after so many years, new people came out of the woodwork with evidence. And it actually came out that the Queensland Forensic Lab for DNA profiling of police evidence was below 10% accurate, and that is from 2013. So the joy that we have here in Australia and Queensland, for where I live, is they've just done a Royal Commission on the Queensland Forensic Lab, and it sounds like every single case since 2013 that went through that lab, good, bad or indifferent, is being redone, because it has been clear that evidence has been incorrectly tested. Evidence has been soiled by investigators' DNA. So they've got too many profiles now. They said that they can't separate profiles, where someone's gone in and said, well, I just separated out 5 profiles. What do you mean you couldn't get any? There's 5 people. So it's a shit show here in Queensland for every crime that had to go through that DNA lab since 2013. Good news is I'm on the right side of the law, and hope that I'm on the right side of the people and don't ever need anyone to test anything for me where that would come into question. But yeah, there's a lot of upheaval because incorrect people have been charged and gone to prison for crimes they didn't commit, and people are walking free where they should have been charged. So yay for Queensland. But more so, congratulations to, I guess, the doctor that really stood her ground and said, no, there are systemic issues in the Queensland forensic labs and something needs to be done. So as much as they tarred and feathered her, good on her for standing up and enforcing that, because after the Royal Commission happened, she was the only one standing up afterwards. But anyway, that's enough of that. It's just really hard because that's in our backyard and every case is being redone. Right, now I did say I was going to flick over and do some painting, so that's what we're going to do now. Now I did hear my little thing go beep again, so someone else loaded a picture, which is very exciting. We'll have a look at that soonish. Let's get into this little area. So I have moved on from my clouds. I am doing the ground cover of my tractor. So we'll have a look at that picture after, when we go to Facebook to start streaming the whip images. But I'm so glad that I'm not just doing 3 shades of blue now, which actually look like 1 shade of blue and 2 shades of cream. Right. Huzzah, drill number 1. I don't even know where I want to go. So that was a lot of chat about true crime. Goodness me. There's not too many things I know a lot about, but the Air League, my youth group, that is definitely one that I know heaps about. Work, of course, and I guess just my passion for justice. But yeah, listening to these crazy stories, that's for sure. All right. Let me know what's been going on in your worlds as well, so we've got something other than true crime to chat about, because that's just in my mind now and I need it out. My house looks like well, not my whole house, just my kitchen bench looks like a bomb's hit it, because I've started to pull out everything that I want to pack for tomorrow. I've got the washing machine going. I started washing at 6 o'clock this morning because we'd bought a few new items, and I don't like to wear new items without it being washed. So things are a little hectic, but I'm very much looking forward to having that first drink when we board our boat tomorrow. There won't be a lot of drinking, but the first one will be alcoholic. Other than that, I can't speak to what we'll have, but I definitely need a drink. I have done well, the last 5 days, or for the last 4 days at work, because there was public holiday, the last 4 days at work were 13-hour days, and the week prior to that were 11-hour days. So just to try to get everything done that I needed to get done before taking leave, which is why I say I need a drink, because there have been some hectic hours to try to get done. And I logged off last night after coming home after a really long day. I actually jumped back on to do some handover notes for the girls in my absence, should anything go pear-shaped, and oh yeah, it's just crazy. Thanks, Faith. Take care. I will chat to you in a few weeks. Yes, I know. Crazy times, but I won't know what to do with myself after the holiday. Hopefully I will be very well relaxed. Later today, after this stream, we've got my grandson's 4th birthday. So we're off to a water park for that. Although it actually started an hour and a half ago. But my daughter was kind enough to say, just come at midday, don't worry about it. She said, let all the kids run around and wear themselves out before you come. I went, okay, that sounds great, because that way I can still stream with my family. But yeah, so we got my grandson's 4th birthday, and we've got just a little street catch up with our neighbours, just so that just nothing really formal, just letting them know that we're going to be away. They'll keep an eye on the house. Luke can reach out to them if he has any issues while we're away. We've bought an internet pack so we can still keep in contact with him, but it's just not a big pack to stream on those days that I'm away. But yeah, it should be really nice. Now, are you guys painting today? I know when I was chatting to Carla, she had a glass of wine yesterday, and I thought that was very exciting times. So you guys painting as we're chatting? I want to have a look at, which maybe is what never will happen through Twitch, but have it so that we can actually chat. Maybe I need to do that more on, I don't know, Messenger with a couple of you, where we can do video chatting. So Taryn, you're painting, excellent. You've had a bad case of acid. Oh yeah, I hate that. I'm glad you're feeling better today. Yeah, I suffer badly from that as well. In fact, when we were planning this trip, we went to the chemist the other day, and I said, give me a stack of stuff because I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't know how it's going to affect me, and I don't want to be in pain during my break. So hook me up. But yeah, it can be really bad, really hard to swallow, hard to breathe. All you want to do is vomit, but you can't. Well, that's me anyway. Oh, Carla, you're painting too. Excellent. Nice team. Well done. I have my trays all close at hand, which is helpful seeing as there's so many colours on the go at the moment. Oh, and I've got, so when I say my grandson, his mother, so my daughter, it's her birthday next week, so we miss her birthday. So we've got a double birthday today. I should just mention that. Not that I think she'll ever watch the stream on replay, but yeah, so my daughter's birthday and my grandson's birthday is what we're off to celebrate after streaming this today. So that'll be lovely to see the family before we go away. Feel like you had a huge lump in your upper abdomen, coughing from it. Oh yeah, yuck, no good. No, I have what's called, and I have to think about the name. I can't think of it. Something hernia. Whatever it is, it's where part of my stomach, which of course I'm pointing to that you can't see, but part of my stomach bag has actually misshaped and moved. So my, your stomach might be sort of this sort of shape, right? Let's say, for shits and giggles. My stomach bag's got this little, I don't even know that you can see it with me, but this bit that comes out, like that's part of a bag that comes out. And it's actually probably this way because it comes up, and it comes up out of my diaphragm, and it actually then forms a blockage and food can't go down into my stomach. So it's, I can't think of the first word, hiatus hernia, I think is what it is. And if that flares up, I physically can't eat because the food just stays in my esophagus and can't go down into my stomach bag for the acids to start to do what they need to do. And so that's very painful. But when I was diagnosed, so hiatus hernia, and yeah, the whole stomach bag with my diaphragm is all out of whack, and they put that down to pregnancy 16 years ago, and which coincided with when all the pain started, so it makes sense, but never been the same since, and never suffered from it ever before. I didn't know what reflux or heartburn or acid or any like that. Didn't know what that was until I was pregnant, and then have suffered from it ever since. I don't know what Protonics is obviously some sort of thing to help with it, like you've said there, Carla. But I have tablets that I take as well, but and that certainly helps me. But if I do anything silly, and when I mean silly, I don't know, eat something that's hot, where I've not spicy hot, just temperature wise hot, not chewed it properly, just gone, oh my god, swallow. Dumb me. Like sometimes I just don't think and I go, oh, that was really hot, because that can just block my whole part of that stomach entry area where then I am stuck and can't eat. So I have to be very careful. Thankfully, once I knew what my problem was, I've only done that twice in 15 years, but I physically had to go to hospital, and they had to pump my stomach because I couldn't get it to go away. I couldn't make myself vomit, tried to, nothing would happen. I couldn't dislodge it. So yeah, that's happened twice. But yeah, bloody kids. Who'd have them? We would. But yeah, no, how crazy, like, no one tells you that sort of stuff is a possibility, right? You just want to make another little human. But they can do damage without even meaning to. Gosh, we've even gotten into anatomy and first aid today. We're on fire. Yeah. I don't know if you've been checked. Maybe, I don't know, just maybe you have a smaller, perhaps, a hernia, Taryn, like I had. The hiatus hernia is what it's called. You might want to Google it. I don't know how to spell it. Hiatus, hiatus, maybe. But yeah, my whole stomach bag is not normal, can't process food normal, and can't digest food normal. Good idea. I was so thankful when they specialist diagnosed me with that, because at least then it gave me answers, as opposed to, we don't know what's wrong with you. Well, there's something wrong. I can't eat without feeling sick. Like, my husband laughs at me, which is nasty because it's not a nice laugh. But often we'll say things like, Cindy will get indigestion from water. Don't have that, bub, it's water. You'll be sick. Stop being so nasty. Because sometimes the smallest thing can trigger it, depending on if I already was suffering from something. Something maybe being partially lodged there and not fully in the stomach bag properly. So then, of course, the water can then just start building up and up and up. And I feel like I'm drowning, right? Like, it's just crazy. I mean, it's not going into my lungs, obviously, but I can't drink where it passes through down into my stomach for processing. Sometimes. Crazy, crazy. Alright. I don't know where my other letters are. What have I got here? 12, 11, 11. Whatever that is. That's how many colours I'm using right now. $12, 11, 11. 34 colours. You wouldn't dream about it in this area, would you? What did I ever tell you guys that I finished with my, you know how I was laying that black stuff around the house for a garden edge? As opposed to being able to actually plant plants in the ground, I wanted to put pot plants around because we'd suffered from white ants in the past. I finished putting the rubber matting, the shock absorbing mats down that we have around playgrounds and so forth. And we've put some plants in pots as well. So if I can find a picture quick enough, when we jump over to Facebook, I'll actually show you one of the pictures that we've got, because I thought it came up pretty good and I want to share that with you guys. Yes, Taryn, it is a heavy confetti area. The whole bottom of my stinking print's a heavy connection area. But that's all right. I knew I'd complain, and I don't want to complain because I was complaining about 3 colours. Now I've got 34 colours. But yes, it's just trying to make the, it's like, I'll show the picture on Facebook with my tractor, but I think it's like autumn leaves are on the ground and that's burnt grass. So instead of it being like green grass, it's yellow grass, but then there's bits of reds and browns in from the autumn leaves that my tractor has stopped driving on. So it's yeah, it's trying to give off that impression of fall. Fall in the fields, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's just heaps of colours. But I mean, I choose to still do checkerboard, right? So I am changing colours all the time. That's just me, because I like checkerboard followed by fill-in. Never calculate drills, calculate the area. I posted on the whips, 15,500. Nice work, colour. And you're 1/4 of the way through, or you're 1/4 of the way through, right? So bear that in mind for the next area. But yeah, they're big. They take up a lot of, they can certainly blow out in numbers. That's when my husband laughs at me when I told him I was up to whatever it was, 130 140 odd hours, and he goes, I can't believe it. And I went, well, I've done a gazillion thousand dot placements that, they take time to place. I feel like I'm pretty quick at it too, but it still takes time. Precision, right? We've got to do it good. But it's just the relaxing part of it all, and then seeing the end product and being so satisfied with how good it looks afterwards. And this is all my wastage that I've had ever since I've started diamond painting. Just a little container, and it's not even full. So that's when I say wastage, like bad ones, misshaped ones, or debris, or whatever the case may be. So I only have a little container of scraps, so I think that's pretty awesome. All right. Nearly there. And I don't know about my camera now, because I zoomed it in so far so you could actually see the letters and the symbols that I was doing, that now I don't know if I've zoomed in too close because my pen and my fingers are so big that it probably gets more in the way than anything. So let me know if you want me to zoom back out a little bit, or if this zoom vision's okay. You're probably not necessarily even looking at it so much because you're looking at your own. Yeah, colour, and all the ones that I've done are home craftology, so I don't have the debris issue or the bad drills, which is awesome. Definitely have heard many people complain about it, but I think my very first one, my rose from behind me, I think some of that black may have had a few little tiny little circle debris, but it's not much, and they're in that little container. But since that very first one, I've not had too many issues whatsoever. It's been great. That's what they excel in as well, Chris and Mel, like making sure that their customers are happy and they have a prime product, and certainly pays off because you don't get the complaints, right? Everything's awesome. I mean, people always can find something to complain about, but I just find it great. I'll stand by their products. We worked out the problem with the music too. You know how sometimes I go, oh, my music stopped and I don't know why. And I think sometimes I used to say, I wonder if it's my son playing with me. It was never him. It was my husband. So my husband, Bruce, tries to listen to albums in the car on the way home from golf through Apple Music. And I'm using Apple Music to stream meditation music. So I'm normally the one playing it first. So he'll get in the car and then he'll push start, which then stops mine. So then I go, no, start. And then he'll go, no, start. So we're both going start, start, start because it keeps stopping the other person's. So I've said to him today, I reminded him this morning to say, hey, listen to the radio. Listen to the radio on your way home today. So I've got my music. But we have to work out some sort of plan for that now, because perhaps sharing the same account isn't so good. You're very picky with your drills. If it's misshaped, has a small tab, trash it. Yeah, me too. Like, I just don't have a lot of them, but what I do have, and I don't know that I'll necessarily find one in the container quick enough, but sometimes it'll just be where the blade or whatever it is hasn't sort of gone down to cut the drill fully. So it's like got this little extra plastic on the outside. That's probably what I have most, as opposed to misshape in any other way. Mine's probably more, it's got a little, I don't know, a surrounding edge that shouldn't be there. It should have been cut off. But from how many drills I've done, I don't think that that little container, how many, yeah, I guess drills I've done, so millions, right? I think this one, so how does this work? So this one's 107 by 70. Let's pull up a calculator. So every centimetre squared is 16. So we've got 105 times 70 times 16. So this print, if that methodology is right, 105 times 70 times 16 is 117,000 drills just on this print. So if I've done 8 similar size, then, you know, we're near on 1 million, right? So to have 1 million drills and I only have, I don't know what that would be, 100, 150 bad ones, it's probably not so bad. Yeah, it was a bit of a oops and a ha-ha moment when we worked out what it was. I said to him in the car the other day, I went, do you ever have it when your when your music just stops and you don't know why? I'm sick of it happening every time I stream. And he goes, I'm sick of it happening every time I get in the car after golf. And I went, while I'm streaming? Yeah. And that's when we started to have a bit more of a deep think about that. And we went, oh, yeah, you know what? It is restricted to just that day and time. Never have the problem any other time. Anyway, fun and games. There we go. That little area is done. Let's refresh Facebook. Let me see if I can quickly find a picture of the stuff that we did at the house so I can show you that as well. And then I will have to go. Okay, I definitely have a picture of the finished far away. Oh, we didn't have too many in-betweens, which is a shame. Alright, so I'm going to show you my couple of pictures to refresh your memory what I was talking about, and then I'll show you the picture of the house when we're finished, and then I'll jump over to Facebook to have a look at the whips that were loaded. Which are just both of yours by the looks. So let's jump over here. Okay, that didn't work, clearly. Change my screen to Messenger instead of Facebook. That's what we want to do. All right. So as a reminder, this was the black stuff that I was putting around, the shock absorber that we were putting around the house. So there's another one there. So we finished doing that for the front and the side. And then here is our pot plants along the front. So we won't put those in the ground around. Yeah, so they're gas tanks for our hot water and stove. So they're our gas tanks, 45-litre gas tanks. Yeah, so the plants in the retaining wall part where the sandstone blocks are, they're of course real, but the plants in the pots right up against the house, they're actually fake plants. Just to share that with you. And I don't know if I can zoom in anymore, which is a shame because it feels like it's so far away, but they're all outside artificial plants. So there you go. Now I'm going to jump over to the Facebook page. Okay, so just both of your prints today. So we've got our Jesus with the girl for Taryn, which is beautiful, and you're halfway. Amazing, Taz. Amazing. Well, you're more than halfway, really. I guess you've done the whole right half and then across the top and down the left. So great effort. That's really beautiful. Yeah, a little over half. Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have Carla's Animals of the World, and all her bottom right sections all now finished. Hey Carla, beautiful. All your little Arctic animals there. Oh look, I didn't have the original, but Taryn and I remember what your original print is, so that's awesome. And if I can find mine from the other day, yeah, so I'm in this bottom section. Oh, can't see my mouse. I hate it when I do that. I'm in the lower left section, working on the next inch across from left to right. So it's yeah, it's got lots of different shades, and I guess that's what I was trying to say, I guess, with the fall colors, because it's like, I don't know, I mean, it's got lots of green trees, so, but it's just, maybe it's dry mud, I don't know, maybe it's not leaves, but yeah, I'm in that lower left section, and it's just quite a lot of confetti in there right now, trying to get those highs and lows and shapes coming together in the ground cover. So we're getting there bit by bit, but I am glad that the sky's all done. But I had a massive day or a massive few days, I guess. So what's this one? Does it tell me? Yeah, so this was Boxing Day, so the 26th of December. And I don't know, I guess, will it go to the 27th? No, that's the other way. Yeah, 4 days ago. Yeah, so it doesn't actually go in order. How silly. But it was a big jump, and that was so good to move away and to feel like I was making progress again after so many weeks of feeling like I wasn't getting anywhere. So but no, it's good. Well, ladies, I'm going to bid you a farewell. I know that I'll be chatting to you both during my break through Messenger. Stay safe. I look forward to streaming again in a few weeks, but yeah, I don't expect too much to be done on my painting between now and then. I will hang it on my wall, and at least the cat can't get to it while I'm away, and it will be nice and safe up there on their little hangers. But stay safe, take care, and I look forward to chatting with you guys throughout the break, as well as to all the other viewers when we next stream. When do I leave? Tomorrow we leave home at 11:30 in the morning, and we physically, the boat pulls off the dock at I believe 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, so it will take us a good portion of an hour to get to Port of Brisbane, and then the embarking process and the COVID testing and the luggage stuff that we've got to do will not only take us a few hours, but all of the passengers. So they've said to allow 4 hours of wait time, so that's exciting, like a hole in the head. But once we're off and traveling, it's going to be lovely. So I'll try and take some photos. I am not a very big photo person outside of my diamond paintings. But I'll try and take some photos of our trip where I can and share those with you guys when I come back. So thank you again for your love and support last year. Look forward to it again this year, and I wish you both all the very best to the other viewers that are on that aren't chatting, and I'll be in touch in a few weeks. See you for now. Take care. Bye.